Dear friends, today is Saturday, July 14, 2018, and we are at Truc Monastery. I have invited to come here the summer retreat. I know that this is the very first time that we host retreat here. And the organizing committee invited me to share the topic, the benefits of being sociable and open-minded. And if you allow me, I'd like to take that moment to share with you. My name is Thich Thanh Dieu, also known as Master Tran. Let's first define the word sociable and open-minded. But before we define the word sociable and open-minded, we know that being a sociable and open-minded person help us connect to the world better, right? Help us connect to the people around us better and help us live a more happy and joyful life. And these are the two important elements helping us to succeed and live a happy life. So if you want to be a successful, if you want to be a happy person, then you need to develop these two aspects, sociable and open-minded. Let's define the word sociable. Sociable, according to definition, willing to talk and engage in activity with other people. Friendly, warm, companionable, harmonious. Now, if you spend a lot of time on social media network and talk to your friends hours after hours, that's sociable? It could be, but it's not healthy sociable. So sometimes we live in an environment that we are in, and that we might not have a friend to socialize in a good benefit for ourselves. So here, sociable means you engage the activity with other people, physically engage in the activity around you. Not over the phone or not over the internet. Maybe an hour a day to do that, that's fine. But if you spend too much time on phone, on the social media network, then you are disconnect yourself to the world. And your world is only the world with unseen physical form. We don't want that. We want you to actually engage in life, because everything that we carry out in the reality life, right? Not the life of behind the wall. Is that right? Yes. So that's social. Open-minded, willing to consider new ideas, knowing how to listen, unprejudiced, unbiased, and non-judgmental. So if you have the character, you know how to listen, you're not a prejudiced person, you're not discrimination, you're not biased, then you are a person who is open-minded. If you're willing to stand up and make friends and introduce yourself and involve activity around you, then you are a sociable person. But if you don't want to make friends with anyone, you're in your own little corner, playing video games, reading on the internet, and not care around people around you, then you are not a sociable person. If people talk to you and you listen with attentive, not listen to whatever, go ahead, blah, 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 but listen with attention, mind, very attentive, and focus, then you have open-minded. Or when some people share with you ideas, you don't judge. You listen. Whether that person is white or black, or short or fat or ugly or pretty, you give your whole attention wholeheartedly and listen to that person. Then you are an open-minded person. So let me ask you, how many of you consider yourself a sociable person? Only few of you? Only 3? Okay. 4. I'd like you to be honest to yourself, okay? How many of you consider yourself as a sociable person? See, more hands. I know that. Very good. Now it's more. There you go. I saw that right. Now my next question. How many of you consider yourself an open-minded person? Very good. This is important. This is very important. Now next question. How many of you consider yourself a sociable person and an open-minded person? Very good. Very good. Yes. For those who raise your hand that you're both sociable and open-minded person, congratulations. You become a very successful and happy person. Please, I need your phone number so I will contact you in the future. But I guarantee you, these people are going to be a very successful and happy person. Now, for those who are shy, or for those who only have one character over another, here is the reason why you really motivate yourself and try your best to develop these characters. The benefit of being a sociable and an open-minded person. 1, living a healthy and happy life. That's for sure. No doubt about that. Because scientists and health profession, research have proven that people who engage in life, they make friends, they talk to others, to strangers, friendly, warm, companionable. They boost immune system. That's why people who live a social life, a healthy social life, remember, not get into the bar, use drugs, watch movie, engage, that's not healthy. The more you interact with that, the worse your health gets. If you engage with good environment and you engage with many friends and make friends, you help your body immune system boost up. And when your body immune system boosts, that means you have live a very healthy life because you're able to digest every food that you eat through your mouth. You're able to circulate your blood. You're able to fight all the virus and bacteria in your body because your antibody is so strong that nothing can attack you. That's why you live a healthy life and you live a very long life. And a happy life because you're open-minded. You're willing to try everything. You're willing to try in a way that you're able to communicate with that person, so that you can socialize with these people who don't speak the same language you are, who don't have the same belief that you are, or same level of understanding you are. But you're willing to open-minded to try. So therefore, you're always happy and try new things so that you fit yourself in better. You can be sociable, but if you don't have an open-minded, then that social narrow you. It probably just is a very small group. You can only integrate with certain people that is same level as you are. Like maybe that person had to be Vietnamese, That person has to be a male or female, or that person has to be same height, same color skin, same understanding, same belief, same faith, same taste, same style, then you can interact. But if you add it, say open-minded, then you're able to engage, you open your perspective wider. You engage bigger group, many people, many friends, whether they're Vietnamese or not, whether they're Buddhist or not, and whether they share a same style, same fashion, same ideas, same understanding, same taste, same hobby, you are still able to play and enjoy their company. That's the benefit. So remember, sociable has to go parallel with open-minded. Otherwise, you narrowed your group that you want to socialize. So first thing, living a healthy and happy life. The second benefit, gaining love and respect from others. Person who have a sociable character is very friendly and warm, very companionable. They care, they share, they express their love, and they care for others. So when you express your care and love for others, what do you receive back? Care and love back. As simple as that. That's a universal law. You want to be loved, then you have to express that love. You can be a very lovable person, but you don't express that. You're in your own little corner. Nobody knows that. Because we don't have a psychic power. We're not enlightened like Buddha. So when you have that loving character, express that. Come and introduce yourself to someone. Come and show that, express that love, so that you can gain that love back. People who live a life with a lot of love, live a life with protected. Like myself, I have never worried where I go, where I stay, who I meet, because I always feel that there's people around me, seen and unseen spirit, always love and support me. So if you have love and you share that love to someone, the more love you share, the more you will be rewarded. And so share your love. And when you listen to others and they talk, you earn respect, right? Can you earn respect when someone talks and you talk? Or when someone talks, you make comment? No. You earn respect when someone talks, when someone shares. You give your whole attention and you listen. By listening to someone, you understand that person better. You're able to provide what that person needs. So if your lack of elements of knowing how to listen to someone, you should learn to practice to listen. First, we start to listen to what? To our body first. You need to listen to your body. If you don't listen to your body, what happens? You get into accident. You get into injury. So, the Buddha said our mind, or the human mind body, is vulnerable, easy to be injured. Like for example, when your body is tired and you don't recognize that, and you continue work or driving the car, what happened? You get into an accident. So listen to your body so that you understand what your body needs. Your body needs tell you that you need to turn your computer off, turn the game off, to read, to learn, to rest. Turn your computer, your iPhone off, so that you spend more time with your mom, your dad, your siblings, your friends in the present moment, so that you are more engaged. listen to your body so that people who make comment that we don't like, that's criticize us, you listen to your body and you know for sure that person who criticize you or make comment about you, they don't know what they're saying. You know yourself best. So therefore you're not affected by that comment. If you're being bullied, if you're being criticized by others, and you take it seriously, and you're sad, and you get angry and frustrated, it's because you don't know yourself better than that person. Is that right? Because if you know yourself better than that person, you would never allow them to hurt you, to damage your feeling. People who make bad comment about you, people who say bad about you, the Buddha said that person is very suffer. If you're a happy person, you would never say bad thing about others. You would never criticize others. But because you're not happy, because you're jealous, because you're confused, because there's hatred in you, violence in you, there's so much pain and suffering in you. Therefore, you see everybody around you is bad, and everybody around you are not your friend. Therefore, you make comments, bad comments. See, already you see, just listen by yourself. You know how to take care of this body. Smile yourself. To be born as a human, to be born with the 6 senses and healthy body and beautiful and attractive like you are. Most of you here, almost of you here, every one of you here are very attractive. It's not easy to have this form of body. No. You have done a great merit, great fortunes in your past life in order to have this beautiful form of body. Healthy mind, healthy body. All your 6 senses is right in order. But you, look at you, all you have beautiful eyes, is right in order, nose, mouth, ears, and beautiful figure. You are very fortunate. And just by that already, you know that you are very lucky, very fortunate to have this body. And therefore, because you're so grateful, what other people say does not damage your feeling. Because you know yourself better. You cannot listen to your body when you start to listen to nature. Like this morning when we walk, we hear what crickets sound. We hear raindrops. We hear a very nice cool breeze, gentle fogs. That listen to nature. Sometimes you don't have to do anything. You sit back and enjoy listening to nature. And just by listening that, you are healing your mind and body. You bring your consciousness more clear and more insight. And you relax your body. So maybe you should enjoy this. Especially we have a beautiful walking path from here to all the way into the meditation hall. Enjoy your steps and you can listen to nature. And finally, listen to others. If you can do the practice, listen to yourself, listen to nature, then indeed you can listen to others. But if you cannot listen to yourself, you cannot listen to nature, there is no way you can listen to others. And if you cannot listen to others, you are limited your study. You limited your understanding. You limit yourself to educate yourself. To become more happier, to become more understanding in life. Can you understand without listening?
No.
Yes, you can. Who say yes? How can you understand trying to learn without need to listen?
Well, as like some people are deaf and they just like don't understand.
They listen to their heart, but people have to do the sign language for them. Yeah, they are listening, but they listen to their heart and eyes. Remember, listening does not mean just by ears. listen by ears sometimes is misleading than more listen by heart. Right? Because if you listen to your ear, you use intellectual understanding, which means yes, no, this is not. So you can't let you judging. But when you listen to heart, there is no discrimination, no judgmental. Therefore, you listen better, you understand better. When your teacher, academic teacher, give you a lesson, you have to listen in order to understand what she's saying, right? And when you listen to the master speaking, you have to listen before in order for what you understand what I'm sharing. When your friend is talking, you have to listen. When your mom your dad is sharing with you, you have to listen. If you don't listen, how would you understand? So listen is very important. That's why in Buddhist study, the first thing you need to do is listen. Vang is mean listen. To reflection. To practice. And so you can apply that. First you have to listen. Just listen, pure of heart, listen. Then reflect on that. So maybe later you go find your little corner and let's reflect on what I have shared with you, so that you can remember to put it into practice. Because if you don't reflect what I'm saying, you will forget. You will not remember. That's the same way with everything. If you listen to your teacher, but you don't go home and reflect on her words and continue reading more, then you won't put it out in study. Or put it out just practice. So, vang tu tu, that's how you say in Buddhist practice. Or listen, reflecting, listening, reflecting, and practice. If you can do that, you gain a respect from others. So start listening to yourself, to the nature, so that you can listen to others. And if you can listen, you're a good practitioner. Attentive and quick problem solving. Can you be sociable without being attentive? No. Yes, you have to be present at that moment, right? You have to be there at that very moment in order to socialize with someone, right? If your mind and your body is somewhere else, you will miss the chance to meet with new people. You will miss the chance to learn what is offering you in front of you. Very important that you are always attentive to the moment. Even at this moment that I'm sharing right now, and you give yourself a full attention for me, you will learn more than what I have shared with you. Our understanding go beyond what we listen through the other person. I can share you with this teachings, and if you listen fully, your understanding can go beyond what I'm sharing. Because when you reflect on it, you say, oh, okay, you can bring this and that. And therefore, you have this kind of experience or in your past, and you applied it to it. So therefore, it gives you another ideas. It gives you another practice. So it's very important to be very attentive at the moment, so that you can engage fully to the person who is sharing and the person who is giving the talk. At school, for example, if you pay good attention to your teacher, you will know what she will give you tests on. Because sometimes teacher, when they give lecture, there are certain things that they like to talk, they like to share, or they're more knowledgeable on it. So therefore, when they write the test, they tend to write in that direction. So that way, when you pay attention to fully with her, you might don't need to read much, spend so much time to read everything. You will find particular place where you read and focus more fully so that you can do well in school. You can do well on the test. Smart learner, intelligent student, that's how they learn. They have to listen fully so they know what the teacher is talking and what she is like to emphasize mostly, so that when you take a test, you know that's the questions you will be put it on. So you see, you don't have to spend a lot of time to study. Of course, spend more time to study other things to improve your knowledge. That's necessary. You need to read and to do more research so that you increase your knowledge. But in order to do well in tests, take my advice. Pay good attention to your teacher, what he or she is emphasizing mostly. Study on that. It will be on the test. And I think when you come to take the test, don't begin to answer the question right away. Take your time, do the mindful breathing, 3 to 10 breaths, then begin to answer, and you will ace your test. Remember, before you take the test, don't pick up the pencil and answer right away. Take your time, do the mindful practice breathing, 3 to 10 in and out breath, so that your mind is calm, your body relaxed. When your mind and body is calm and relaxed, you focus better, because your brain releases good beneficial hormone, and therefore you think more clear. Try that. Do the experiment for me and let me know. Quick problem solving for open-minded. You can be a very attentive, but you're not open-minded. Then you miss the quality of being solve the problem in a very quick way. Sometimes you get pressure. You give a very short minute to answer this question right away. Or sometimes you give this project, you have to do it. But if you're a person who don't have open mind, you're stuck in one sub-problem, one solving technique. And so you're always in that maze, back and forth. But if you're an open-minded person, combined with attentiveness, then if you say, okay, if this doesn't solve the problem, I'll find some other way to solve it. And so you work. You always constantly tell your mind to find the answer. Just like math problem, there's not just one way to solve a math problem, right? There are at least 2 ways to solve it. But if you stuck with that, you thought, okay, I only know this. Because you're not attentive, and then because you're not open-minded, you're unwilling to learn a new way. So you only know one way, so you get stuck. But if you're open-minded, you solve things really quick, because you're always willing to learn and to find new ways. You're not at one point. You're at many points. And because there's many points, you're able to find a lot of solutions. If you go hiking, and you only know one direction, you're going to get lost in the forest. But you learn your many directions. You say, okay, if I can go this way, I will go try this way. And if it doesn't work, I try that way. You never give up. That's how important open-minded. Give you a quick way to solve the problem. You never get stuck. You never get stuck. That's the third benefit: attentive and quick problem solving. 4, improving communication and leadership skills. If you want to have good communication, you want to have a leadership skill, you need to be a sociable and open-minded. Being a social help you exchange ideas, help you engage in life and meet new people. And therefore you learn more vocabularies. Therefore you learn more ideas so that you can communicate in different spectrum, in different groups. So you see, being social help you improve that communication. Sometimes you want to talk, but you lack of vocabulary, you lack of knowledge, you lack of ideas. So you feel low self-esteem, I don't want to make conversation. They might be laughing at me. But don't worry. Just make friends. Just talk. And if you don't know, first, if you don't know that you don't have a lot of knowledge, listen then. Just listen and pay attention, and you will pick up more words, more ideas. And you collect that into your stored consciousness so that when you talk, you have something to share with other people. Maybe with this person, you don't know how to say it, but with next person, you have learned something, you can say it in your own words. Not necessarily you copy that person, but you put in your own words. Now, a good leader, when they come in, they don't talk right away. What do? They listen first. They listen to the group. They listen to the group ideas, the people that share their point of view. So they listen to all the views first, and then they collect that. And by the time their turn to speak, they find a common point of the group, and they share. Everybody applauds because it fit in everybody's situation. But where's that answer coming from? From the group. And he was able to do that because he listened. So good leader, if you want to become a good leader and improve your leadership skill, don't be the first one to speak. But if they ask you to speak, then you speak. But don't be the first one to speak. Listen first. But don't forget to share. Share your knowledge, share your understanding. If you listen and you don't share, then you miss an opportunity to become a good leader. Listen, collect all the thoughts, find a good common point, begin to share. Now there could be more than 4 points I just shared with you. But I'm sharing this under the perspective of a monk, of a person who practiced Buddha teaching. And so you can go home and you can listen more than this. But I think for this aspects is probably enough for you to develop the skill of what? Sociable and open-minded. Now that motivates you to develop the sociable and open-minded?
Yes.
Good. Then my lecture is worth it, huh? Okay. Now we know how important and the benefit to have sociability and open-mindedness skill. Now, how do we develop it? That's the question that we need to study, to share, and to explore, and to reflect on. How to develop sociability and open-mindedness skills. You understand the benefit? Now it's motivate us. Now the next step, we need to develop it. Because if something's so good like that, we can't miss the opportunity not to develop, right? We have to be full of potential and motivate to practice so that we can have this wonderful skills. Because these skills lead to successful and happy life. The first thing, practice deep listening. We mentioned that. We mentioned that we started to listen first to what? We practice listen to what first?
Body.
Yes, body. Second?
People.
Nature. Third?
People.
Yes, if you can do the practice listen to your body and nature, you can definitely know how to listen to others. Very good. Practice this deep listening. Now, the practice deep listening is very simple. We have learned that earlier. Through the practice of mindful breathing, meditation, yes. There is a way to listen. is a proper way or deep listening is you have to apply mindfulness or you apply meditation. You sit, you breathe in, listen to your body, and you breathe out. You listen to your body. You sit, you listen, breathe in, listen to bird chirping, and you breathe out. You hear the cricket noise. You listen, you breathe in, you feel the gentle, cool breeze, and you listen, you breathe out. You feel your body relax. That's what you need to do. Use your mindful breathing to apply, to practice deep listening. So this deep listening just not just happen though. You need to have some tool, some technique, how you can do it in order for you to gain the practice of deep listening. The next practice is called practice compassion and understanding. Earlier, I told you that a lot of people say every religion is a good religion. Yes, that might be true, but not every religion emphasizing strongly on compassion and understanding. Only Buddhism. If you check on other religions, they don't have 5 precepts. They don't have that 5 guidelines. The first precept is what? Not to kill. To respect all life, right? Is that compassion?
Yes.
That's compassion right there, right? To respect and to love all life. Because Buddha said that every sentient being or a relative, maybe not this life, but many life. Now that they change different form, therefore we can't see it. We can't see it. That's why we encourage people try to practice vegetarian food. If you can't, that's fine, try to eat vegetable a lot. But we know that everybody are a relative. Buddha said that people who are older than our parents is our grandparents. We should see it as the grandparents. People who are just at the same age as our parents, we consider our parents. People who at the same age as our brother, older brother, sister, they are your sibling. Or younger than a little bit than your father and mother, they're your aunts and uncles. And people who are much younger than you, then there are your sisters, younger sister and younger brother. Therefore, you love and you care them. That's what the Buddha said. And therefore, we protect and value and love all life. First precept, not to kill, is to reverence for all life. Second precept. What is second precept? No stealing. If you don't steal, what do? You give. Is that compassion? Yes. Compassion. Compassion, giving, sharing. The third precept. Not to sexual misconduct. It's to respect the happiness of others. Which means, when you are older, when you marry to someone, you have to be faithful to your spouse. If you don't like your spouse, you have to tell the truth. But don't have affair. But if you're young like you at this age, or as you're growing up older and you're not married, what do you do? How do you practice this? You take care of your body. You take care of your body because if you don't take care of your body well, then you might end up abusing this body and allow other people to abuse your body. And then when you're ready to want to have children, your children will not be smart because you waste on that precious jewel that you have trained from your ancestor. Does that make sense, girls?
Yes.
Then you waste on that, and when you're ready to pass, you don't have any more jewels to pass on to your generation. This is how I see a true gentleman. When they want to hold a girl's hand, they have to ask permission. But yeah, you have to ask permission. That's a true gentleman. Now, you don't take her to the park at night and ask permission because that would be hard to refuse. Because when you're in that environment, your body is vulnerable. So therefore, when you say something and that person's vulnerable, they're like, oh, whatever, go ahead, do whatever you want. So you're never alone. You will never be alone with that person, with a girl, or watch a movie and expect to take advantage of her because you are being ungentleman. So a true gentleman asks a girl before you want to hold her hand. But a true gentleman plus a Buddhist background who practices 5 precepts, he or she would breathe in 3 to 10 breaths before he asks to hold a person's hand. Then your mind will tell you what you should do or not. Because holding hand can lead to something after that. Now, please, I know at this age, I just want you trying to remember what I say and then put into practice when you're ready, okay? I know this day you are very pure of mind and heart, but I need to still educate you to need to share you the spiritual practice so that when you're ready, you know what you need to do. Now, a smart girl, when a true gentleman asks you to hold your hand, you must breathe in.
No.
3. So she said good. She support you. You should meet her daughter. She's so beautiful and so gentle. Now, a smart girl would follow her breathing 3 to 10 times before she allowed that. But most of the time when you do that, you say no. But you say in a gentle way so that the other person don't feel bad about it. You say, I'm sure you would use a gentle, nice word to say.
I'm sorry, I can't hold your hand. Wash your hands first.
Wash your hands first before holding. That's really good. That's the high achievement practice. Good. Very good. Now, a 4th precept. What is the 4th precept?
No lying.
No lying, and there are 4 ways of lying. The Buddha said. No lying. So no lying. What is the second one? There's 4 ways of lying. No, 4 ways of lying. 4 ways. Buddha said there's 4 types of lying. No lying. Double tongue speech. Double tongue speech means you gossip. You come to this person, you say one thing, and then you come to another person, you say another thing, so that gossip conversation can arise. Yes. The 3rd is not to manipulate others. Manipulation speech. You sweet talk to someone so that you can be benefited, and it's not so true. Like for example, you use someone for your own benefit. That is a form of lying. The 4th, you cuss you use abusive language to make the person feel sad. You bully someone. You bully a person. You wish bad thoughts upon that person. That's a lie. So that 4 form of lying. So number 1 is not tell the truth. Number 2, gossip. Number 3, manipulation. Number 4, cursing, abuse, harsh language. Okay. And the 5th precept.
I stand up to bullies.
What is the 5th precept? No drinking, intoxicate your body. Now, back to the 4th precept. Not to lie. What do you practice? Deep listening and loving speech. That's compassion and that's understanding, right? Yes. And the 5th is not to drink alcohol or intoxicant of your mind. Yes.
Listen. Are you allowed to have a sip here and there?
If you think you sip in an alcohol and you're still able to be alert and to be mindful of your speech, of your thinking, your action, then maybe, if that's necessary, in the environment you live in. Because once the alcohol is into your mind, you just can't say one sip only. It will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and by the time
20
you break out, you fall down. So please don't underestimate alcohol. I know when you're growing up, you live in you have a job and you need to socialize. But you know what? Even you need to socialize and you tell the people that you don't want to drink and want to drink alcohol. They respect that. You don't need to drink alcohol in order to socialize with someone for your job. Please don't estimate on the alcohol. You don't need to drink at all. You don't need to. Because when that tosses in, you are in your own different dimension and you want to continue to drink. See, just 5 precepts. Just 5 precepts, you'll see that the Buddha emphasized very strong for each practitioner to develop compassion and understanding. Again, only in Buddhists have this 5 guidelines. And this guideline is not just now, it's not just Buddhist, it's a universal law. If you want to live a happy life, if you want to live a freedom life, you want to live a healthy life, a well-being life, a smart life, then apply this 5 mindfulness training, 5 precepts, 5 guidelines.
Why is no smoking?
Smoking is addictive. It's also a toxin.
So why don't they have it in their face? If they have drinking.
During the Buddha time, there's no cigarette yet. But eventually now that and we see the world developing, we see there's not just alcohol, not just cigarette, but now the social media, the books, films, conversation, all that can be a great toxin to your body. So that's why now we modify the 5th precept, not to drink alcohol, but not to intoxicate your body with any other products. From drugs to books to film to movies. And conversation. Conversation can be a toxin too. You see that? Conversation can be a toxin. When you talk to someone for so long, it's all about gossiping. After that, you feel tired and exhausted. Your mind becomes more hateful and angry. And you have different perception. Or reading news, watching the news. Like when you watch violence movie and shooting, your body feels exhausted, right? But if you practice well, when you watch that, you pray, but you try not to get involved too much of that because your mind is not ready for that news yet. So the 3rd aspect to develop sociability and open-mindedness skills is to practice being humble and grateful. If you're not a humble and modest person, it will be very hard for you to show light with other people because, oh, I'm better than that person. Oh, she's not pretty. Oh, he's short and stupid. Something like that you say in your mind. I know. An unhumble mind, you have that unfriendly compassion word in your mind. You don't want to talk to that person. But when you're humble, when you're modest, you're like, everyone is equally as safe as you are. And it's true. You know what? Everyone is equally alike. Because we share one common thing. What's that? What one common thing that all humankind share that the Buddha said? What one thing that the Buddha said all human race, humankind share? What one thing?
Buddha nature.
Buddha nature. You are so smart. Buddha nature. Everyone has same Buddha nature. We might appear different. We might think in our level of understanding as intellectual level of understanding different, but we all have the same Buddha nature. Which means that Buddha nature is a capacity to reach enlightenment, capacity to have compassion. If one allowed to practice, if one allowed to study Buddhism and to allow him and herself to transform the negative unwholesomeness within he was able to change. That's Buddha nature. We all share a same common Buddha nature. Grateful. An open mind is always grateful because you appreciate life around you. And because you appreciate life around you, you want to learn and you want to show your appreciation. You want to show your gratefulness. But if you don't have an open mind, you don't care, then there's nothing to be grateful about. But when you live an ungrateful mind, what happens? Yes, you become very negativity, right? You live very shallow life. And you don't appreciate anything. And because you don't appreciate anything, therefore you don't care. And you don't value it. Even when your mom gives you something, you don't care. You're like, oh, it's your job to give me this. It's your job to buy me this. Is that true? No, exactly. They buy you things, they provide you materials. It's because they love you unconditionally. Not because they have to. But if you have an ungrateful mind, you think that way. And therefore you take advantage of your mom and dad love. And so when they give you this, you want more. You never feel it's enough to fill your life. Are you still listening to me?
Yes. We want to take more from our parents.
Hey, listen. You're doing good.
So you see, if you don't show you don't have a gratefulness, then you don't show appreciation what your parents given you, so you take advantage of your parents. And so you always want more and more because I'm a selfish person. But if you're grateful what you're giving, then you're always happy. Even your parents don't provide you that you think that you need, right? Because you know sometimes parents cannot provide everything that you need. It also depends on their pocket too. It also depends on whether you need it or not, according to their understanding. So you have to trust your parents. And when you live a grateful life, everything that you're giving is always valuable to you. And even when you're not giving, you still see it's valuable. Can you see that? Like waking up, you're able to breathe. Give already, right? You don't need anything more. Waking up and you see you're not sick, You see your sixth sense is healthy. That shows appreciating life already, right? You don't need your mom had to give you money that day to go to school, or to give money for you to come to this retreat. I hope nobody being paid to come here. I have learned another retreat. So, practice being humble, modest, simple. Show your appreciation and grateful to what? To life. To parents, to all life. Is my speaking is making you fall asleep? So why are you speaking? Okay, so can you give me about 10 more minutes or so? Good. I think I have until 11, 12. So last one. Practice non-discrimination and non-judgmental. This is hard. If you want, like we mentioned earlier, if you want to socialize with someone and keep your mind open-minded, you have to not to judge other people. You cannot be prejudiced. You cannot discriminate. Because when you discriminate other, you be prejudiced on other, you have shut your mind. You have shut your communication down, and therefore you cannot socialize and learn, understand what life can offer to you. Don't judge people, okay? Don't allow your mind to judge others, to discriminate others. Open your heart. Open your compassion. Open your understanding to see what life is around you, to see the people around you, to see the life around you. Remember, when we are not enlightened, our perception, 99.9 is wrong. 99.9 is wrong. That's how scary it is. So when you see something and you feel disturbed, you feel uncomfortable, you feel something wrong and hatred and anger toward this person, then your perception is wrong. So you need to sit back and look deeply into what you're seeing, the nature that you're seeing, so that negative elements is not arising. So you don't want to feed that activities in your mind. Remember that when you see something and you're not happy, even a person, even a things in a form, you're not happy, you feel angry, you feel confused, frustrated, hatred, then you know that is wrong perception. You need to sit down and to look deeper into that nature to find where is the problem coming from. So you don't jeopardize your well-being and the well-being of others and your relationship of others. Remember that, okay? This is the Buddha teaching. So back to the basic Buddha teaching. Always see all life as our brothers, sister, parents, grandparents, relatives. And learn to love and understand all life. So we don't discriminate. So we don't hate. So we don't become prejudiced for what we see when we contact. Can you do that?
Yes.
Very good. Yes? The more you practice Buddha teaching, the less sorrows, pain, hatred in you. And if you come completely absent all that, then you are enlightened. One day when you come and say, I no longer have hatred, I no longer have violence, I no longer have discrimination, please let us know, because you are enlightened being. But if we're not yet there, we will try our best to live by the 5 guidelines the 5 precepts that Buddha had taught us, so that we can love and respect all life. Can we do that? Yes. So these are the 4 I share you today, but it could be more, like I said, but I think with these 4 aspects, it's enough for you to practice, enough for you to go through this life and to develop the skill of social and open-mindedness. Very good.
Are we supposed to have different words?
I saw most of you taking notes. I'm happy to see that. But in order for me, very good. In order for me to be sure that you remember the practice and the sharing that I have, the talk that I have shared with you today, I'd like to share you a song. Now this is called a Dharma song, a practice song. It's not like ordinary song where you really hit the high notes and get hyper and then get into the... But this is a practice meditation song. A very simple practice that I think that in order for you to recognize how wonderful life is offering to you, how grateful that you live in this country, and how fortunate you have learned and practiced the Buddha teachings. So it's very important when you wake up, you recognize that, recognize those elements. And in order to do that, you wake up with what?
Happiness.
With happiness.
Appreciation.
Appreciation. So, and that appear on a smile. So this song, this word is from the Zen Master Thich Thanh Dieu, the most venerable, a great teacher of plant village. Very famous Zen Master. If you have a chance to go to California in Oakland, he is one of the 21 most popular advocates of human rights in the world. You will see they carve his face, half of his body, along with other 20 most famous people in the world. So, and I put it into a song. So here's the word. Waking up this morning, what do you do? I what?
I smile.
Waking up this morning, I smile. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, you have to
Smile.
because if you don't smile, you're
Not happy.
not happy. You will not appreciate life. You will not be grateful for what is given to you in front of you. How many hours in a day? 24 brand new hours of waiting for you. So there are before you. Can you have 24 hours? So 24 hours can be very pleasant, but can be very long and loneliness. But if you're very productive and constructive, social and open-minded, then that 24 hours probably not enough for you, right? I vow to live fully in each moment. Live fully means to live in mindfulness, to live with compassion, to live with humble, to live with non-judgmental, to live fully with me. More answer? Harmony, love, care. That's when we live fully, right? Awareness, mindfulness, and not to do wrong things, but do good things. And to look at beings with eyes of compassion. If you don't live fully in each moment, can you offer the love and look at all beings with compassion? Can you? No. Definitely not. Breathe, smile, breathe, smile, breathe, smile. Now, that's the end of the song. So, we sing twice in the end. We say breathe, smile, and breathe. We stress out the word and smile. I will sing one time, Would you like to hear the song?
Yeah.
If you'd like to hear a song, please sit upright. So here's go. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at ease with eyes of compassion. Breathe, smile, breathe, smile, breathe, smile. That's the song. But we sing twice and then we come out with a breathe and smile, okay? And we breathe and smile. Now there's a hand gesture with that. So like for example, when you say waking up, you go like with two hands together and you go like this. And then I smile, you go right here, exactly. 24 hours. I can make really open out for 24 hours. Or before me, and you say before me. I vow to live, I vow you join your hands together like a lotus flower. I vow to live fully in each moment. This is each moment. And to look at beings with eyes of compassion. So compassion, come back here. Okay. All right. Let's sit upright and let's join with me the song. Okay, everyone, girls, boys, could you please sing with me? Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at things with eyes of compassion. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at things with eyes of compassion. Breathe, smile, breathe, smile, breathe, smile. Very good. Let's do one more time. One more time? Okay. One more time so that. One more time so that tonight you can sing it. Please sing it strong, okay? Okay, together. Again, with a hand gesture, take seriously. Put your folder down. Please put your folder down. Put your crane down. Okay, begin. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at things with eyes of compassion. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at these with eyes of compassion. Breathe, smile, that by yourself, so I know that you can sing tonight. Okay, when you say I vow to live fully in each moment, I want you to really mean it. Like, I vow to live fully. Really mean it, okay? When you sing that line, okay? Because if you say, I vow to live fully, which means you're not going to live fully, okay? So I really want you to bring your wholeheartedly and sing, I vow to live fully in each moment, okay? So now you all together by yourself. Yes. Together by yourself, so I know that you can sing the song. Okay? 2, 3. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look all means with eyes of compassion. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at beings with eyes of compassion. Breathe, smile, breathe, smile, breathe, smile. Very good. Can we join our hands together and Mera? Everyone, can we please join your hand and recite with me? Let's dedicate our merit to all sensing beings. May everyone live happy, well, and peace. Nguyện đem con đứng này hướng về khắp tất cả đệ tử và chúng sanh đều tròn thành Phật đạo. So can we stand up and face to the Buddha and bow to the Buddha?